Well, today was the first day back for Metro Nashville public school students, and kids are making their way back to the classroom in a pandemic fueled by the Delta variant. This variant is causing a spike in pediatric hospitalizations all across Tennessee. But how can you tell if your child has COVID or the common cold? News 4's Marissa Sulek talked with doctors today. And Marissa, this is important. How should parents like myself, what should we know?
Well, Marius, doctors say if your kid has any symptoms, they should stay home. But even they have a hard time telling the difference between a cold, COVID, or even allergies. But they say there's specific symptoms you can look out for.
How does it feel to be in kindergarten? For 5-year-old Zoe Smith,
The very first day?
Very first day.
And her dad Tedrick, this day is a milestone in what feels like a miles-long pandemic.
I have been looking forward to it to see how she would respond to it, see if she would enjoy school, and clearly she seems to have loved it.
This year, masks are required at MNPS schools like Park Avenue. But if kids come home with symptoms, how do parents know if it's COVID?
So that's what's making it so tricky.
Dr. Joseph Gigante, professor of pediatrics at Vanderbilt, says even pediatricians have a hard time determining if a patient has COVID, allergies, or a common cold.
Cough, congestion, runny nose. Could it be a cold? Yes. The other thing that we also see this time of the year, could it be allergies? Yes. But it could also be COVID.
Dr. Gigante says if your child has a fever higher than 100.4, a sudden cough, or difficulty breathing, it's most likely not a cold. It could be COVID.
Is we see a lot of more kind of gastrointestinal or GI symptoms in kids who have COVID, more so than in adults. So the nausea, the vomiting, the diarrhea, the belly pain.
While Dr. Gigante says these sound like common stomach virus symptoms, there's one symptom that makes COVID different: loss of taste and smell.
In some ways, almost test your child. Like, hey, look, I made this for dinner. Smell it. What do you think? Or taste it. How do you think it tastes?
I'm like a unicorn. I'm not really nervous at all.
For Tedrick and Zoe, this school year, this pandemic isn't something new. They know when to be concerned.
I want her to be safe and everyone else to be safe. So yeah, that would probably be one of the first things to probably get tested and, make sure everything was good.
Now, Dr. Gigante says kids, like adults, can also be asymptomatic, and that's why he says it's so important that they wear masks in school to prevent any spread. Marius?